Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Far above the glittering surface of the ocean, where the air was clean and the horizon endless, flew a single white seagull. His name was Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and he was not like the others. While his flock squawked and fought over scraps of food near the fishing boats, Jonathan soared high above them, chasing the wind. He was driven not by hunger but by curiosity, the desire to know what a seagull could truly become. He practiced every day, wings slicing through the salt air, trying new maneuvers, dives, spirals, climbs. Again and again he failed, crashing into the water, bruised and exhausted, but he never stopped. To the flock, he was a fool. "Jonathan," they scolded, "seagulls fly to eat, not to waste time in the clouds." But Jonathan only smiled. He had tasted something far greater than fish: freedom. One day he discovered that by folding his wings slightly, he could reach astonishing speeds, over 200 miles an hour. He felt the thrill of mastery and the joy of precision. In that moment, the world vanished. There was only him and the sky. He thought, "A gull is not meant to crawl for crumbs. A gull is meant to fly." But when he returned to the flock, eager to share what he had learned, the elders called a council. "You have broken the laws of the flock," they said. "Your reckless flight endangers us all. You are banished." Jonathan lowered his head. He felt no anger, only sadness. They could not see that he had not broken the law of the flock, but discovered its meaning. He lived alone, flying beyond the cliffs, practicing until the stars rose. He learned to fly higher, faster, truer. And then, one night, two radiant gulls appeared before him, their feathers shining like starlight. "Jonathan Livingston Seagull," they said, "you have learned well. Come with us, there is more to learn." Together they flew upward, higher and higher, until the sea disappeared and the world below became a memory. Jonathan found himself in a new realm, where gulls flew for joy, not survival. They could soar at will, their motion perfect, effortless. He met an elder named Chang who taught him the deepest secret of flight. "Perfect speed," said Chang, "is being there." Jonathan was puzzled, but in time he understood flight was not about wings or wind. It was about thought, intention, and spirit. When he learned to let go of limitation, he found he could appear anywhere, across oceans, across worlds in an instant. He realized that heaven was not a place but a state of perfection, a moment of pure understanding. Yet even in this paradise, Jonathan felt something missing. He missed his old flock, the noise, the struggle, the earthbound birds who could not yet see the sky as he did. He longed to teach them what he had discovered, that each gull was free, that perfection was possible. So he returned to the lower world, gliding silently over the waves until he found the flock again. At first, no one recognized him. He found a young gull named Fletcher Lind who had been cast out for daring to fly too high. Jonathan took him as a student. He taught him to climb without fear, to trust the air, to feel the freedom that lay within. He said, "You have to understand that you are already free. Your only limits are the ones you accept." Fletcher learned quickly. Soon, others joined them, gulls who had been exiled or curious enough to follow. Jonathan trained them not just in flight, but in spirit. He told them, "The purpose of living is to find perfection and to share it." The flock began to change. Some still mocked him, but others whispered his name with reverence. They called him divine, a savior. But Jonathan only laughed. "I am no more divine than you," he said. "We are all unlimited. We just refuse to believe it." As time passed, Jonathan grew older. He gathered his students and said, "Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding, and you will find the way to fly." Then, with a final beat of his wings, He rose into the golden sky. The wind caught his feathers, and in a shimmer of light, he was gone, free once more. Fletcher looked up at the empty sky and whispered, "Jonathan is gone." But then he heard Jonathan's voice within him. "Don't be foolish. Jonathan Seagull lives in you, in everyone who dares to fly." And Fletcher smiled. He turned to the others and said, "Come, let's begin, Jonathan Livingston." Seagull's flight became more than legend. It became a truth, that perfection is not in what you own, but in what you become. And the only law worth keeping is this: you are free to be yourself.